So, that was spectacular. Definitely recommend fighting him solo. That was my first attempt fighting him solo, and I won. I got a 6th fence because Wylder's the go, but I also had 2 resurrects available. That was fucking phenomenal, the fight. Probably my favorite FromSoft fight. It just felt a little bit shorter than Gale's, who was number 1, but I don't know. I'll have to think about that. But still, he's up. It's either him or Gale. That was the ending I got from completing Wylder's questline. I thought, since the prophecy or whatever was, that the Duchess, his sister, would die with the Round Table Hold. That he would take her place and die with the Round Table while she gets to go away. I didn't see anybody leave. I should have gone back into the fucking hold. And when I saw it there, that was like, whoa, holy shit. This is beautiful music, but it's loud. It was, whoa, holy shit, the Round Table Hold. Wow, it looks great. it just appeared there after I beat Hellstor. But dude, I think he used the tier to turn into Hellstor. So now he's Wylder, the Night Lord. And he's going to carry that on, because maybe the ending was going to be that she was going to replace him, because she was tied to the Round Table Hold. But since I did that quest line, great by the way, I become the Night Lord. Wow. That was something else, man. I really should have went back, because I don't know if I could have talked with everybody or something. I don't know. Would they all be dead? That was so fucking good. Dude, seriously. I am telling you right now. The game is still meant to be played single player. It is, because every time I did a single player fight, I one-shot the boss, but also it felt like a more balanced experience. Because in multiplayer, it feels like a bonus. It feels more of a bonus than the actual, even though it was advertised as that was the base, it feels more like the bonus, because the extra attacks bosses get are insane, and their health bars are way too bloated for how agile they are, and for how quickly your stamina runs out, and how uncoordinated you are with randoms 99% of the time. Dude, holy shit, dude, that was so fucking good. And every time I did a solo run and won, it was with Wylder. Just saying. Definitely the goat of the game, my main. 100%. I thought it was going to be Raider or Iron Eye at first, and they're fucking awesome. But Wylder, dude, holy shit. I should have known. My beloved Pile Bunker. The guy with the Pile Bunker would be my guy. And with my favorite weapon type, Greatswords. And quality builds, which are, unbeatable. So I got his fucking... He had a primordial rune. I thought that was the Elden Ring in his chest. That was his own rune. I wonder if that means he was ever like an Elden Lord in the past. So much to unwrap. He's got the iconic chest cavity from Elden Ring, the base game. Everything has there's something going on with your chest. Either something appears in your chest or you have nothing in there. It was cool. Dude, his design was fucking perfect. The music, probably the best. Up there with, it's either his or Caligo are the best fucking soundtracks. He's my favorite boss in the game. He beats Libra, even though he's my favorite lower Night Lord still. Holy shit, dude. The fact that he had the Moonlight Greatsword, no matter what, they always put the Moonlight Greatsword in, even if you can't wield it. Even in Sekiro, the Moonlight Greatsword was in it. When he fought the Divine Dragon, he wielded it. It was the 7-branch sword. But yeah, dude, and that was probably the most beautiful looking of all the Moonlight Greatswords so far. I didn't think they could top the design from Bloodborne, but I think they did. That thing was gorgeous. It's a shame this isn't a regular Souls game where I could then use his remembrance or soul to get it, or I can't buy his awesome armor. But I did get his rune. I wonder what that's going to mean. After getting all the traces of Night, I got access to his fight. I beat every single Night Lord first. I made sure I did that first. And now him. So I wonder what's going to happen. Like, because I am 99% sure that ending was Wylder using the tear to transform himself, using the tear and the Night Lord's body to transform himself into the next Night. It was just a carbon copy of the Night Lord, but you saw that Hellster was still sitting, dead, sitting there, kneeling there, and he went off to carry on, I guess, his duty, because that probably would have happened to the Duchess. At least he saved his sister. I mean, that's so fucking sad, that story. And she doesn't even know that was her brother. Her memories were taken from her. Man, that was so good. Havoc is still crushing it, man. Every game I played that had Havoc and Bink, since I was a child in the 2000s, they've always been attached to the best games, including all the Souls games. Havoc and Bink. I think Havoc's the engine. Not totally sure, but yeah, holy fuck, man. What now? Yeah. Holy fuck. Wow, man. I mean, yeah, that was a great run, man. I went everywhere. I got every healing item available. Got my holy sword. Once I got of course, I think that was a claymore. Yeah. Also, the iconic quality weapon, standard issue, like can take you through the whole game type weapon from all the Souls games, and that's the one I used to solo Hellster for my first time. So I fought him 2 times before with multiplayer, and it was just too much. Just like every other time I play multiplayer, it's the Night Lords are too powerful. Libra and the Moth are the only ones I've beaten on multiplayer. Every single other Libra, the Moth, and the Cerberus. I've beaten Gladius. I've beaten them all on multiplayer. That's it. Everything else was solo. Everything else. And every time I did it solo, it was a first attempt. And it was with Wylder. He's just impossibly good. He's so fucking good. Great. Fantastic stuff. Wow, man. Yeah, man. Holy fuck. I was so fucking scared, man. The dude, he had the craziest fucking moves. He had that Elden Ring delay on his combos. He had the fucking the Moonlight Blast, the Moonlight Explosions. He had the Broken Sword. He had the Drip, which was fucking phenomenal. And it's funny, it says if Wylder is just the next Night Lord, he's probably going to come back. I'm not saying there's going to be another game, but I'm saying there's going to be, down the Elden Ring timeline, he'll return because we obviously delayed it by doing this. But I think, he'll come back, and Ronnie's fucked, and we're fucked, or if we went the frenzy route, we got to fight him and fucking Melina. Like, oh man, cool shit. I don't know all theories, but that was great, man. That was good. That was just straight up solid. 111 enemies felled, 10 bosses, 14 treasures, and I had to res myself because and then the day two's boss was a stupid fucking ancient dragon. Those assholes with their horrible hitboxes and the giant health bars. So that wasn't fun at all. Yeah, that sucked. But I salvaged it with a beautiful boss fight. Fantastic. Oh, man. And I have, of course, my trusty turtle talisman, man. Always have that in every game, every iteration of it. I always have it. Always have it. That is a perfect poetic ending for this, for me. So, phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Let's see what's next. Oh, he's got a special Knight of the Lord. Switching weapons adds an affinity attack. Ooh, cool. Boost attack power of added affinity attacks. So it's just random, yeah, because he had access to all the elements because he was, you know, the Lord. He was in control of all of the other Night Lords. So for my run, he used Adel. I'm not sure if that's random or for a reason. I still beat him in my first attempt solo, but he did take the longest. He was the longest one. It was like 6 minutes. Compared to all the others, which were like 4, one was even 3 minutes. So maybe that's why. I don't know. That could be just speculation. But whichever one you spent the most time with is the one he uses, which made for a beautiful fucking scenery. I love the gravity. I love gravity magic is the coolest magic they brought to Elden Ring. So I'm glad. So yeah, so you get a random affinity when you switch weapons. You get more power from affinities from those attacks. And you boost attack power when you switch weapons. I guess that makes sense because he was, you know, he was General Grievousing my ass with 2 fucking swords on one hand. Actually, 3 swords. 1 in his normal hand, 2 on his right. Yeah. And that's all I get. Fucking that much merc. I think those should be higher for winning. I think you should get a bonus 1,000 for winning. Because I get barely more than this when I fucking lose. Barely less than that when I lose. What's this? Duchess? That makes sense, I guess. Defeating them with Slayer Speed, Great Spear. Kind of mid on all these. But yeah, holy shit. Alright, let's see what's next before I shut this down. Okay, cool. So yeah, we just returned to right before beating Night Lord, Relics, and Merc that were held at the end of the game are preserved and the journey carries on. So yeah, they're going to add more bosses and more characters. And more like earth shiftings. I got his earring back? I already had this. Oh, now it's there. Now it's one of these. Okay, now it's, yeah, a relic. Single ear belonging to the Wylder, rusted and crusted with grime, tournaments were worn for generations by distant tribe. Yeah, the same thing. Relic of the Lord who lumbered ever onward, clutching tight his single ornament. Excuse me. And yes, I did beat him with his remembrance armor with the button of his clan. So that was even better. Yes. Okay. So yeah, that means yeah he did replace Hellstore and just carried that on. But he did. He never forgot his family, and so that's so crazy. Because yeah, Hellstore is the one who destroyed his tribe. Wylder art activation spreads fire in area. Damn. Wylder +1 additional character skill use. Ooh, double grapple. Okay. Stamina grows with each successful attack. Yeah. All right. Wow. Yeah. Wow, dude. All 3 of his relics are red. So what do I have to? Is this because I got that specific ending, or because I beat it with Wylder? Probably because of the ending, because of the what it says there. A thing with a thing. I guess I feel like it's a reference to Gale. I don't know. A thing with the properties of a great ruin harbored by the primordial Night Lord. Properties of a great ruin. God, that looks so fucking beautiful. Look at that. The cutting gifted tribe anticipated the coming night and spent many a moon planning its prevention, including, so they knew about him, including that their only chance at success was to cheat a god. They had glimpsed what they should not, the very sin of the Erd Tree. For their trespass, so were they punished. I have no fucking idea what it's trying to say right there. It's always worded in such an annoyingly fucking cryptic way. Bearing the manifest potential of the alter fate itself, the light dimly reveals the contours of a greater being that lies beyond the veil. Yeah. I know about that already. So what do I do with this? The cutting. Okay, so the cutting gifted. I guess that's obviously my child. I don't know what that means. Gift like good swordsman. Okay, we whoever we were, they refuse to tell us what they were called. So that yes, our tribe, Wylder's tribe and the Dutchess tribe, anticipated the coming night. Yeah, so they knew about this coming, this motherfucker, and spent many a moon planning its prevention. The only chance was to cheat a god. Obviously, it didn't work. I don't know if that god was Hellstor or someone else. They didn't say god slain, so it was probably the god behind it that they mentioned here, or is that Hellstor? Because again, with the way that they've always done this, they always word things where it seems like multiple entities are the same thing. So is when you get this from the lesser Night Lords, does that mean when it says of a greater being that lies beyond the Night Lord, does that mean the Hailstor because the Night Lord we got this from, or the greater being behind Hellstor himself? No way of fucking knowing. It's kind of frustrating. They've always done this with when they do in their fucking explanations and beyond, yeah, they always like name like, do you mean this or this? It's impossible to tell. They've always done that. And I can't really give specific examples, but if you played the games, you know what I'm talking about already. So who is the god? Is that him or somebody else or what? No way of knowing. But I am going to, for this, I'm going to say the greater being that lies beyond the Night Lord is Hellstor, because the Night Lord that we get this from was obviously in control of him, and so that's who they mean. And it does reveal the contours of a greater being. It does kind of look like it's like shaped like him because he's all like crooked and shit. That's I'm thinking that's it. I think that's it. I think that's him. If you look close, it looks like it's holding a sword almost. There's a sword like near the bottom that's pointing straight all the way down. And I think that's him. I think that they mean a Hellstor with this. And that's also what we collect to meet him, so I think that makes more sense like that. But I don't know who the god is here. And I don't know what they fucking mean by the very sin of the Erd Tree. What does that mean? For their trespass. Oh, wait a minute. Does that mean Marika was the god? They glimpse Marika, yeah, the very sin of the Erd Tree, because we learn in the shadow of the Erd Tree, she was, although she was just justified in her prejudice towards all things Crucible related, including the Hornsnet. She did literally built it in a giant mountain of bodies. When she was sent to be a god, and the Erd Tree appeared with her when she became a god, so it's like a symbol of her godhood. And she built that on a mountain of corpses, I think of gods and people alike. So once this tribe cheated Marika in an attempt to try to prevent the Night Lord from coming back, they they saw that truth that we found out in Shadow of the Erd Tree, and she punished them. And I think that was. Did she kill them then? Did she send Hellstor? That doesn't seem right. He seems beyond Marika easily. That motherfucker could take the fucking the Elden Beast and fucking throw him into the sun. I mean, that dude was definitely the most powerful being we've ever faced in Soulsborne, easily. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think. Yeah, it's hard to say. This is for Vadi to do. I always love this shit. I'm always fascinated by it. Can I get anything with that? I'd really like to. Um, Give me that. Uh, Damn, this is gonna be hard to like choose. This is really good. It gives me my pile bunker. Frequently, but I don't know. This is that follow-up attack is insanely useful, and I'll be able to do it a lot more. Plus, the physical attack up is obviously great. Arcane isn't really that important. I'm not sure. I mean, that is a cool reward, the Knight of the Lord, but I really would rather just have them not do this again and have us to just make your normal games. Your normal format was fine, because now I don't get to get his cool armor or his weapon. Like that was one of the best parts of the bosses from the original games. All of them is you can get their cool shit that they use, and it felt like you actually it was like a celebration after winning. You get their cool shit, and you get to wear it because you conquered them, and it's yours now. That's like the best part. Instead, I get this little fucking perk item, and I don't like that. It's cool and great, but I'd rather just have it be normal. So do not do this format again. I'm voting for not as great as the game is. It is great. The multiplayer just makes things impossible because people are stupid, and the stats and extra moves that bosses have is just too much. So it becomes more frustrating and much more difficult. Running the game solo, like I said, is much better. It just shows that you should have just made this a solo game with all the regular fucking shit, the mechanics, and you didn't need to do this stupid multiplayer shit. Because it is actually, ironically, the worst part of the game, because it makes everything much more difficult, and you have to deal with randoms. Not everybody has people that can play with them, and not all the time. Okay, especially if Sony is too fucking stupid to put crossplay in the game. Of all the games, all the FromSoft games to get crossplay, this was the one to do it, and they didn't do it. They are the worst fucking video game company on the planet besides EA and fucking Ubisoft. They are atrocious. They're terrible. They make stupid, nonsensical decisions all the time. We're all sick of it, and they don't fucking listen. It's so tiresome. However, From Software did their best, and I'm not blaming them. The lack of crossplay is a big factor, because I get less access to better players who could be on other platforms, and thus I'm dealing with these dumbass randoms. But I got plenty of great randoms. But sometimes we'd be all great and do everything right, get great fucking loadouts, level up to like level 12 or 13, get to the Night Lord, and it's just too fucking much, because the Night Lords are so agile, you run out of stamina before you can do any meaningful damage. He's got a bloated health bar on top of that, and he's constantly attacking while we're running out of stamina, and then can't dodge the attacks. So it's kind of got a balancing issue on that front. But solo, all of that is fucking, all of it is gone. It's perfectly balanced in solo. It just feels better, because it's not only balanced in gameplay, but you're doing it yourself. And I feel like the multiplayer is a bonus if you want to go back and fight things with people or your friends. That's kind of what we did already in the normal games. We'd summon or put our signs down to get summoned. I got like almost like 1,500 hours on Elden Ring, and I guarantee you like 800 of those hours are just me getting summoned. That's it. Me getting summoned willingly. I just, after beating the game with like all my like 8 characters, I would just go into them, whichever build I wanted to use, and put down summon signs and just help people. And again, obviously the dumbass randoms, gets factor in there, but it's much different for obvious reasons. This here, you have to rely on your team, especially because everything is scaled so much more than in solo mode. The health bars, the extra insane, crazy attacks that the Night Lords get in multiplayer. It's crazy. They're cool and it's fun, and I get it. And doing that with friends would be unbelievably awesome. But most of us just don't. So it wasn't a really good idea. Because I loved all these bosses, but I'll never get like the full satisfaction you always used to get, where you get their stuff, armor, weapons, attire. It's just a stupid fucking ring, talisman, relics they're calling this game, and that's it. I mean, then you're stuck with this roguelike crap where you just go back to basic inventory, which is, they're cool. I'm not saying they're not, but like, can I get some more permanency on this? Because this is all the permanency we get is this crap. That's it, and then cosmetics. As you can see, my boy has got some serious holiness drip right here. I'm stuck behind it. So yeah, I'm probably just gonna just make this separate from the Night Lord shit. But it's fantastic. But they should have. I'm glad they experimented. It's clear that they were. I think everything worked except for the multiplayer and roguelike aspects. I think those should be secondary things in future games, instead of being the primary focus, because they're actually the worst parts of this game. Even though they are still good, they're the worst parts. If this game was just a regular Elden Ring game, Elden Ring 2, and all the basic mechanics were in play, but we get to keep the run and the character abilities, which were great. But we did get we get boss weapons, boss attire, more exploration instead of this stupid fucking Fortnite crap. You guys made it good, because I'm not surprised, because you guys are one of a kind. You made it good, but it's just still doesn't work overall for just your games. You make yours so much better at not doing this type of normie shit with the fucking the multiplayer. It's just you do great. The multiplayer's always been fun in your games. I mean, like, this just doesn't work. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't work as well as just your normal format would have. You should have just stuck with that, okay? Just stick with it next time. Do not do this again. I don't want to get more cool fucking bosses and shit and have to deal with dumbass randoms and maybe I got this loot, maybe I don't get the loot I need because everything's randomized and we have a time limit, can't explore, and worst of all, not getting cool boss stuff. Okay, because we got a limited inventory. We only get to keep scraps from every fucking painstaking run, which is this stuff. It's not good enough. I should be able to buy that motherfucker's sword with his soul and be able to use it. Okay, that's how you've always done it. You should have stuck with it. You should have. It's disappointing on that front. However, it is still a great game, and it is still a lot of fun, and I will be playing more of it. I want to fight. I want to be able to beat every boss in multiplayer. I'm trying to friend as many people as I can just to get competent fucking players. But yeah, again, it's iffy, and these are cool rewards, and they are very useful. And I like how you get to change. Wylder gets new attacks and moves and shit, and other people. But like, and obviously all the remembrance stuff with each character, those were all great because you guys are great at writing lore and characters, so those were a great part of the game too. But yeah, it just doesn't work as well as your regular shit. It's objectively better. It just is. You should have stuck with it. Seriously, I would have loved to play this in your normal format. You just add, I guess, the character abilities, the unique characters, keep the running. Like, just give us an limb veld, make it so it's not like this stupid fucking system where like you had day systems and the circle closing in and crap. It just doesn't work. I don't like it. It still is better than any other version, any other roguelike. This game is better than all of them. But it's still, it's just, your games are better when you are unique. You brought so much uniqueness into this, of course, but again, I'm now left out on all of Helster's cool shit. Maybe getting Gladius's sword. How cool would that have been with that fucking chain? Shit like that. Libra's fucking staff and his incantations and shit. Like, so much potential. So much potential. And if you just did your regular shit instead of, giving into this normie crap, and no doubt the executives, the stupid fucking Sony executives told you to do this, it would have been so much better. But it was still good. Okay? It was. So, I'm going to give it like a 9 out of 10. It would have been a 10 if it would just been a regular fucking Souls game. Don't do this again. Do not do roguelike again, period. Alright? But everything else besides shitty roguelike in this game is perfect. It's fantastic. That's why I'm so upset I can't, the perfect things about your original games I can't enjoy in this game because of the limits from the roguelike system. It's just shit. Don't like it. The game is still great. And biggest takeaway from all this is, for the players, I already gave the devs the biggest takeaway, but for the players, play solo first. Play solo first, but with every single boss, including the big man, all of them. Go single player. And use a Wylder, because he's just so fucking impossibly good. And then we'll go from there, try different characters. And then try multiplayer with people you fucking trust. No randoms. Get some passwords going. Because otherwise you're just in for a shitty experience, because it just doesn't work with these randoms, and no crossplay, and it's so iffy because the loot's already randomized, the run's already randomized, so you have randomized fucking players, but if you get some shitheads and a really awful run, like, you're just fucked. It's not fun. It just ends up being miserable, wasted. Well, it's not a waste of time. You still get rewards, and that's good. But like, if the rewards, like I said, are just disappointing overall because it's not the same. It's not the good shit from the original format. And I keep fucking bringing that up because it's so relevant. Do not do this again. This is not a good enough genre overall for it to take over your games. So I'm glad you experimented. Now we know. Move on from this. The great things about this game, I think, are the character abilities, the unique characters, and the bosses, obviously, and the new sprinting mechanic. I think that's actually really good. I think it's better than the horse, actually, because I like touring and all, but this, I think, is just better. It just feels a little bit better. I don't know. Regardless, that's about it. 9 out of 10. Could have been an easy 10 out of 10 if they stuck to their guns. I hope they just learned from that, because otherwise the game is just fucking phenomenal. Very fucking beautiful, mysterious, daunting. This is probably the most daunting, imposing fucking Souls game I've ever played. I was so nervous to meet every single fucking Night Lord. Especially the last one. My heart was pounding like it was with Caligo. Which is the first boss I soloed. Yeah, he was fucking awesome. Man, these were all so great. My least favorite's probably this stupid fucking thing. And then he's my second least favorite because he was just really annoying. But I did beat both of them in multiplayer. 1, 2, 3. Everyone else, solo. Oh, and then multiplayer, yeah, him too, yeah. He's the basic, he hardly counts for anything. Anyway, 9 out of 10. You heard what I have to say. Thank you very much.